Okay.
Well, hello, Q&A number 72.
I think you're right, because last time was 71.
That's right. Okay, we'll go ahead and get started here. Esperanza's body. Love your quotes or thoughts after church. Question. I notice LDS fold their arms to pray. Is there a religious reason, or is it so you can focus on prayer?
I would say both.
Yeah, we just always fold our arms. It just shows respect and just helps you focus. So we don't do this. Yeah, we fold our arms. I think that's what she means.
There's an emoji that goes like this. So if you want to send
okay.
it. Or you can say, please be quiet.
Yeah, and it does help us focus on what we're saying. And you can even pray without folding your arms, usually, like if you're...
A prayer in your mind.
A prayer in your mind,
Yeah.
or say you're on a bus or you're in an airplane, you want to say a prayer, just pray in your mind. You don't always have to fold your arms, but in church, we fold our arms, and we teach the children to fold their arms and stuff when we gather for family prayer.
It shows reverence and respect.
Yeah,
reverence
and respect.
Yeah.
But if you're just doing a personal prayer, doing a quick prayer to Heavenly Father, help me know what to do, or you just say it in your mind and you don't fold your arms. So hopefully that answers your question. Okay, Helen Gay. Gosh, fancy pair of jammies that Davey wore. That's a great idea, but you're... But you're amazing on the machine. Did you teach yourself? Yes, I pretty much taught myself. I used to sew Barbie doll clothes with a needle and thread when I was little. And I had a lot of you probably had homemaking class.
Home economics.
Home economics, and I learned a lot there. And I learned a lot in 4-H. They teach you a few things, and then just...
And it helps to have a mom that knows how.
Yeah.
So.
Just trial and error. I did a lot. I think you do more unpicking than you do sewing. I unpicked a lot.
And as soon as she graduated from high school, she got a job sewing at a factory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of trial and error. Okay, Bonnie Barber, I was wondering, do you guys have to pay to camp in that spot? Let's see, where were we? We usually do have to pay. Where were we camping? Oh, okay, I know where we were. The Buhler camp out.
Yeah.
No, we didn't have to pay to go there. Because there's no hookups, there's no water, there's nothing.
No toilets or anything.
No toilets, nothing. You're on your own. And so it's good to have somebody there that has a
trailer
RV,
with a potty.
Yeah, a trailer with a potty in it. So, but that was a really fun spot. And as long as somebody has an RV with a potty in there, then we're okay.
All that spot is up in the mountains, and there happens to be a road up a little ravine type place, and you go up there and park.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we didn't have to pay for that spot. The Buhler camp out, I'll post the video of us doing that.
Usually if you have to pay, it means there's actually a toilet that you can use that somebody has to clean out.
Yeah, so that's why you have to pay. Okay. KSKC1234. Love your singing around the campfire. Is that your brother on the guitar? Such a talented family. This is again the Buhler camp out.
That'd be Slade, I guess.
That would be Slade, yes. And we all grew up singing, and that was my brother Slade plays guitar. My other brother doesn't. And he can sing, but he doesn't care to. But appreciate you saying that we're a talented family. And my sister played the guitar a little bit there on the video too. Okay, Lisa Davis, you didn't tell us how your brother hurt his lip, unless I missed it somehow. And who was the guy telling the story at the beginning? Thanks for showing some of the singing. I would have loved to have heard more of the singing. Y'all started a couple of pretty songs and stopped recording them. And who was the guy singing too? He had a good voice too. It'd be nice if I could just play all of the song, but...
Sometimes people stop when they can't remember the rest of the words.
No, I stopped recording. We remembered the words, but I should do a video without stopping the song and just let them hear the whole song, because it is kind of frustrating to not hear the whole song. But
when I did my bicycle trip, I sang songs till I couldn't remember words, and I'd move on to the next song.
Oh, then you'd move on. So that's why you thought we couldn't remember the words.
Yeah.
No, I stopped the camera. Yeah, my brother, when they were chopping wood, they were chopping wood, and a piece of wood just came flying and hit him right in the lip. So that's how he got hurt.
Did it bleed?
No, it was bleeding. Yeah, it was bleeding, and that was my brother Brad. And then I'm glad you liked the singing. That was nice, and it was really pretty songs. And we'll have to do somewhere where we do more songs. And that was my brother Slade singing. He has a really good voice. He kind of reminds me of Randy Travis. Okay, Sapphire, have your children or grandchildren ever asked how you met? I don't think they have.
I'd say as they get closer to their teens, that would be a question. But usually kids under 12 years old don't ask questions like that. Unless they're doing a report in school.
Yeah, unless they're doing a report on school. Ask how they met. They have not, but if they ever do, we have a video of it now. Yeah, of how we met. Okay.
And a book.
And a book, yes. We
together.
also, and that's a link below of meeting Rosanne. That goes in, well, I don't know if it goes in more detail.
It's only about 24 pages, single space, but it's from our journals.
Mm-hmm. Cassidy 816, I love your story. Can't wait for part 2, I guess, meeting Rosanne.
Oh.
I mean, how we met. I do have a question, though. Who were the people that made fun of you and why? That part broke my heart. Well, that's nice of you. It's just people in our town, in our community, because my dad, well, I'll have to post a video of how our farm looked when I was growing up, and people just didn't
basically
like
had
it.
15 acres of what
20 acres.
to everybody else. To her dad, it was treasures. To other people, it was junk.
Mm-hmm.
And there were a lot of $1 million homes around, and they were worried about it would lower the
value of their homes. Yeah.
And also, they were raised without houses, and people were annoyed that you guys had an outhouse.
Yeah, so we were
just... one more thing, too. See, I know it as well as she does. Is some of the kids would feed the pigs or some of the animals before they went to school. So when they got to school, you could smell the farm smell on them. Yeah,
you could smell. If you got manure on your boots or shoes, you know. So that's just why we were made fun of. 15 kids and a farm with just, my dad called treasures, but other people called junk. And people just didn't like it. So we were just made fun of.
There were a lot of cars. There were probably 200 to 400 abandoned cars. Some of them were really that would go for maybe $10,000 or $15,000 just so people could restore it. You know, no dents on it. And others were just. Others were they need transportation. They bought a cheap car, quit running, so they parked it and bought another cheap car.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find a video of how the farm looked when my dad first moved there. He used to farm it, and then he started collecting cars and stuff, and he just people just didn't like it.
Can you play it from Vimeo? Daddy won't sell the farm.
Probably, yeah. We'll post a video of it. Okay, but thank you. That was really nice, and that. It was hard being raised that way. I think that's why me and my brothers and sisters are so close, because that's all we had was each other. We just didn't have many friends that would want to play with us, because we were the family that was being made fun of. So, okay, Jill Armbruster. Momma O, do you have a do-it-yourself video of how to do those small quilts? And because she asked that question, I did do a DIY on the quilt, so I'll just show a video up there on that one. And they're really fun to do. You just put those little squares together, and the kids, Daisy and Ambry, when I was babysitting them, they just loved sitting sewing those squares together.
And they're only like 8, 9, and 5 years old.
Yeah, they just sew. Ambry couldn't use the sewing machine because she's too little, but she was just sewing along with a needle and thread. And hers went slower, and it was frustrating, but she still did it. And Daisy had the sewing machine, so she was able to do more quicker. But they had fun doing that, so I'll post that video there. You have time for one or two more?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Luann Schaefer. I have a question. Which one of Davey's kids is most like him as a child? All of your grandchildren are precious.
Without a doubt, his oldest.
Zaid.
Zaid.
Yeah.
Davey is the best dad I've ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I often think, why wasn't I more like Davey instead of being so strict? But Zaid,
yeah, very adventuresome and always wanting some new challenge, and yeah, so definitely Zaid. Okay, let's do one more. Charles and Jerry Hendricks. Hi, Momma O. Please do a DIY on how to make the blanket. See, there's another DIY. So request. So we did do those blankets, and she suggests. It says her dad passed away several years ago, and he was a minister who wore lots of ties. And I have ties now, and I would like to make a blanket with them. Do you think that would work? And I said yes. Just cut the ties into the squares. Yeah, use that material. Or just use the ties if you don't want to cut the ties up. But there's a stitch in the back of the tie that you can undo, and then see how many squares you can get out of a tie.
But nowadays you can take a digital photograph of something and send it through Walmart. They'll send you back on material. We used to have to put a decal on it or something to
iron-ons. Yeah, you mean of the ties that you wore?
Well, no, I was thinking that's how they used to do quilts. All the quilts you did.
So that would be a really good idea to make one of his ties. That would be awesome. Alrighty, I think, well, let's do one more. Bonnie Barber, who is the birthday girl? And that would be my brother Ben, Karen, when we went to the skating rink and had lots of fun doing that. And then Trina Brown says, did he get your dad's permission before he asked for your hand? Did you ask my dad?
No.
No? Are you afraid he'd say no? I think you did.
I don't remember asking him. I was afraid of him.
He was scared of him.
He was a mean old farmer, and I was sure he was going to say, now how old are you? Get off my property.
No, he never did. He knew.
Well,
he
because
knew
I was working with chores, helping Rosanne, and I'd go with them when they're singing, so I started acting like I was part of the family already.
Yeah, and then one more, Bonnie also wants to know when we were courting, where you were living. And she says our story sounds a lot like hers, her husband's.
Well, I had moved in with some fellows that I worked with. I worked in a grocery store.
Well, you lived at your mom's.
No, but I moved out into an apartment.
And I thought you moved into Brent's.
No.
No?
No, no.
Glad I know. Yeah, so he was living at his mother's house, and then then the month just before we got married, he moved in a little, kind of a shack behind my brother's house.
I was moving back and forth with my parents.
Yeah, he'd move in with his mom,
Yeah.
and then he'd get mad at his mom about something, then he'd move out, and then he'd move back in. And then we finally moved, when we got married, we moved in this little shack behind my brother's house. It was just a one room, and it had a bathroom.
And one room and a bathroom.
It was so small the refrigerator had to be outside the door. And we had a couch that would come out into a bed. And that's how small it was. That was our first room for the first 2 months.
I had to put a lock on there because Rosanne made pies, and her brother would steal the pies.
I didn't have anything to do, all day, because Joe says, I don't want you to work because you working on the farm, and then I didn't have anything to do, so I baked all day. And so I baked cookies and pies, and my brother Brent, he lived right there, and so he would come out and eat pies and stuff, and Joe didn't like that. You put a lock on the fridge.
That's right, that's right.
Anyway, we'll go ahead and end with that, and with that funny note. And we'll end with a quote. Hey, that rhymes. Okay, kindness is the language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see.
Wow, that's beautiful.
That's a good
Beautiful.
one, huh?
Yeah.
Mark Twain said that.
A smile is an inexpensive way to change your look.
Facelift. Yee. See, look when I frown, when I smile. Look, a facelift already. Okay. All right. Thank you, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
Oh, yeah, I have
if
one
you
more.
haven't.
They were asking about me asking, and
Oh, asking for my dad.
but
my
I
handwriting
did
dad?
tell him that I was 34 and not 27.
Okay.
No, see. Oh yeah, I told him I was 27, and that was 7 years under my age. And then when he found that out, I was sure he'd say, "What? You've been lying to us? And you're way older. She's only 18." Or were you 19?
I was 18.
He's only 18. I was sure he was going to just say, "Out of my house right now," but he didn't. All these. Oh, I did ask him if I could marry you.
I remember you asking.
Because his comment, he was quiet and I was trembling. I wasn't trembling, but kind of. And he says, "Well, he'll die before you do."
He'll probably die.
And I'm
before
thinking,
you.
that basically means,
Say, well,
okay.
we're good to go. Yeah, let's do this. All right. Thank you, and good night, everybody,
night.
on that cheerful note. Well, we're good to go. Good night. Good night.
No, that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
That's what I meant. Joe
Yeah.
says, I don't care. Let's go.
It wasn't me
Thank
and
you.
one that I would find you. It wasn't me and one you'd be mine. It wasn't me and one that you would leave me. Out of a million, I guess I was the one. When I saw you, I knew I loved you from the very first time. Then you touched me, oh, you kissed me, baby, you took away my heart.